What is ego? The word ego is misunderstood. In real sense, ego means I consciousness or ahankar. It is the purest form of our existence. It is the most desirable thing because ahankar or I consciousness is not involved in any kind of situation. It is only a witness. But when this I consciousness gets plugged into the body, I becomes body. When it plugged into the senses, it becomes the senses. When plugged into the mind, it becomes mind. Plugged into emotions, it becomes emotions. So Yogi Patanjali describes Driga Drashya Shaktayoho Ekatmata Eva Asmita. Asmita means ego. Pure consciousness, when gets contaminated, is called ego. Pure consciousness means drug or observer, and the drushya means observed. This is subject, and the world and other things are object. So when subject gets involved with object and becomes one with it, that is called ego. So consciousness becomes one with the body. Consciousness is subject, body is object. Consciousness is subject, mind is object. And this is called ego. Ego is not necessarily bad. There are three stages of ego. Lowest form of ego is a lethargy, the consciousness that I am. But a laziness, one procrastinates, one is ignorant, one doesn't move, one does not change. This is tamasic ego, keeps him in darkness. And one remains comfortable and blissful in this ignorance. But when one has desire to improve himself, to have prosperity, fame, power, control the world, this is called a rajasic ego. Rajasic ego binds. But when one gets saturated with the world, gets satisfied, content, then he balances his life and purifies the ego, so he wants to share with others. He wants to know own self, who am I? And this is called pure ego or sattvic ego. Sattvic ego is necessary to evolve spiritually. So ego is absolutely necessary. Without ego we cannot grow, we cannot evolve. World is called Maya, and to rise above Maya one has to be living in Maya and using Maya to transcend Maya. So one uses ego to transcend ego. So you cannot avoid ego. Even it is ego and desire that I want to practice every day. I want to find enlightenment. I want to serve others. These are also called egos. But these are purer ego that liberates us. The real state is called gunatit state or transcendental state, which is beyond ego, all kind of ego. That is a rare state where one becomes only an instrument and serves unconditionally. This is a rare state. So most of us need to evolve from lethargy to activity, activity to balance into pure state, and try to find higher self. So all the energy that is focused is utilized for self-realization is sattvic ego. So ego in pure state is most desirable because pure state ego is just awareness or consciousness which doesn't get involved, and this is the state one is trying to attain. In samadhi, one gets attuned to pure state of consciousness, one transcends gross body, astral body, and causal body. And in this state of consciousness, one goes deeper into unconscious mind, which is called chitta, and purifies chitta and finds bliss. Jai Bhagavan.